last time an all-for-one.
Ashtone Morgan had his 100th appearance in a Reds jersey on Saturday.
Class act by the organization to acknowledge Ashtone Morgan before the Portland Timbers game for his 100th appearance.
He's the first player in Toronto FC history who will have 100 appearances. One more than Stephen Fry, who was stuck on 99. Two more than the great Dwayne De Rosario on 98. So it's quite the accomplishment from a Toronto player, a guy who was born and raised downtown in Toronto.
Still kind of surreal that I'm 24 years old and only player who has 100 caps for the club. Jason Bent always had one thing to tell us young players. He always said, you'll get your chance when you least expect it. And, you know, for me, I was always patiently waiting, working hard in training, and just waiting for my time. Back then, I was just traveling with the team, wasn't really playing, but that one day, I see my name on the board. I said, Ashtone Morgan, number 5, playing left back. All of a sudden, I had the butterflies. During the game, actually, I remember making an overlap, and I whipped in a cross, and I think it was like the south end of where their fans are. I looked up to the crowd. I don't know, I guess got stunned, and I looked up, and everybody was like yelling and you know, getting at me, and I kind of just froze. I'm like, yeah, like I'm on the main stage right now. I'm here, so I'm doing what I love now, you know. And after that point, I'll never forget that.
Well, I remember when Ash came into the league several years ago. There's this young left back, and having been a left back, I was, you know, admiring some of his abilities, but from a distance, and thinking, man, this kid really likes to get up and down the field. He's aggressive when he attacks, and he's going to create problems for oppositions.
I'm the only child, man. So every Saturday morning, I was in the gym. My dad, all his friends, at least 30 people. As I got older, they started to let me play with them. They always just tackle me. I had to tackle them hard, to shoot hard, pass hard, you know. So I guess that competitive like atmosphere and that attitude that I have came from those guys and my dad.
Oh boy, that was a tough collision there.
Ashtone Morgan was not trying to play the ball on that.
Another collision, and that's a foul by Ashtone Morgan.
He was over-aggressive at times, and as an outside back, you don't need to be over-aggressive, especially when you're as quick as Ash is. So you can invite some one-on-one duels and trust that your athleticism and your quickness and all those things are assets for you in one-on-one defending, and you don't have to make big plays all the time. He picked up yellow cards early, and every time he was playing. You can't pick up a yellow card in the first 15 minutes every time you play. The team can't play you because then maybe it's a second yellow sometime in the next 75 minutes.
Another card, and that's it.
I feel that every player has their own qualities. At the end of the day, if the coach doesn't like your qualities, you know, it's gonna be tough going for you. It's all about the coach's 11. Fortunately, for the last couple of years, I was in the coach's preference, you know, and that's part of the job.
It's the way this game is. One day you're at the top of the game, and the next day you're at the bottom. When I got here, I was seeing him again, but he was never playing. I was seeing Ash making some mistakes, what I thought were young mistakes, and that just needed to be addressed.
When the lows are low, they're hard, you know, and you still have to come in every day, you know, knowing you have to train your 100%, play your 100%, and do the extra. You know, if you're not part of that 11, you gotta work harder, train harder.
He's got all of it within him. It's just our job to bring it out of him, make him recognize the little details and things that can make him better, right? So we have to back out on the aggression and really trust your defending and make good choices and stand people up and those kinds of things. And he really listened and he took it on and he worked on it in training.
It's not easy. I can tell anybody that it wasn't an easy process and easy journey. It's about that perseverance and that professionalism.
The young Canadian Ashtone Morgan, and he has excelled not only for club but for country as well.
And he's really reading the game well right now. Ashtone Morgan finally getting that start.
It's really exciting. You know, for once I could say it's really exciting to come to training, work hard, and be able to play with, you know, with the logo on my chest and be proud and be happy. Very appreciative of the opportunities I've had with the club and, you know, to 100 more.